Hello, and welcome back to the channel. It's time for another Game Talk series. And I thought, why not make the game that I'm currently in front of, other known as Path of Exile, with the title, What Makes Path of Exile Unique Game, right? And let's get straight into it, right? So, what is Path of Exile? Path of Exile is just an action or play RPG type of genre, such as Diablo, Titan Quest, but it's in a free-to-play format that is available for the PC and on Steam. It's been active since 2013. The game has been improving, getting better and better throughout the course. What makes exactly Path of Exile unique? It's maybe a similar genre to the IP such as Diablo, exactly. It debates with different key elements, factors, and systems that makes it different to the other ones in the genre. For example, it's a free-to-play game. That way, gets supported throughout microtransactions through the store. However, the store does not offer any sort of pay-to-win features that would make the game unfairly to the others. It only offers like cosmetics and some other useful features like more storage, stash storage, and so on. The game itself is more in the action Souls game genre like Dark Souls, uh, and with Path of Exile 2, for example, that genres would be more directed, focused on, and spread. And also, this game is newest expansion has been released called the Trial of the Ancestors. So this is quite an interesting expansion patch update that I recommend to try it out. Right, moving on to your choosing your league, right? Yeah. Whenever an active league ends and a new league gets released, the content of the league gets phased into the standard league features. The mechanic from the Crucible League that was from the previous league have been updated in the standard league, including the Crucible Forge. Now, with the recent launch of the Trial of the Ancestors, the newest expansion, new features, new mechanics, new events have been released. One of them is the so-called the House of Death event. An event you can do exchanging silver coins that can drop from mobs around the world. The silver coins enables the portal to the House of Death, making participate in the Trial of the Ancestors combating against formidable warriors. It uses mixed tactics, setups, and it tries to take down each opponents and take the glory for themselves. And such event can reward with high valuable loot, rare items, and so many more. Unfortunately, I can't tell everything yet, but for what I've seen, it's quite great. Right, moving to your character, right? You can, you have your main, couple of main characters you can start off, begin with. You can choose between a Marauder, Shadow, Templar, Duelist, Hunter, Switch, and a Siren. To begin with, if you are new, Siren would need to be unlocked first by playing a certain progression in the campaign. Then you proceed playing the pre-campaign with the class of your choice. You eventually learn your class, default passives, your active skills, abilities, and fight mechanics. And you may build your character the way you think you would well at best, Then at max level, your class gets ascended to a high class. There's only limit to one of the Ascendancy Class. For example, as a Marauder, you get to, upgrade to as a Juggernaut, Berserker, Chieftain. As a Shadow, you either become an Assassin, Saboteur, or Trickster. As a Duelist, you either become a Slayer, Slay the Champion. As a Templar, you either become an Inquisitor, Hierophant, Guardian, Ranger, Deadeye, Raider, Pathfinder. There's a Witch, Necromancer, Occultist, Elementist, and a Scion. You become the Ascendant. And what also has, what I really like about Pathfinder, it has so-called your hideouts. Hideouts are your so-called housing camps in Path of Exile. With every act of your campaign, there's a possibility you can find always new new hideouts that certain can act, and that you have to play through a small little bit of a small bit activity quest or taking out the ads and whatever you have to do, and you basically unlocked your can you would have unlocked your hideout, and you can customize your hideout with various such of all these such of goodies and cosmetics and furnitures and so many other good things to makes so much more RP elements more intrigued to begin with. Housing is always I thought is a necessity one of the necessity that the RPG should have. Right, moving on to the law. I'm not much familiar with the law of the Path of Exile up to 100% yet, but from what I've heard, it's about the world of Wayclast. It's a dark brutal continent, gathered by mysterious catastrophe of the past and inhabited by creatures of the nightmare. In the way environment, challenge exiles who dare to explore it. And Path of Exile ability is the key. All world areas, including outdoors ones, are instanced for your party and randomly generated, right down to the magic properties of the monsters that dwell them and they treasure they got. Wakeland is about the gather of almond primal civilization that existed before the well, or wow, however you spell that. Details about its history are uncovered by delving the Azurite mine. Au the Crystal King was once a slave who led an uprising and absorbed the crown. He became the last king of the civilization before it was destroyed by a cataclysm. With her home in ruins, Clay Shaper retreated into the mountains where she encountered the Mara Kev. Together they formed alliance and they defeated the Lightless. As much as I like to talk about the lore, this is how much I can give for now. Right, moving on to your builds. In Path of Exile, after you have chosen your character, your class begin with, you eventually will go through the leveling experience, gaining experience, skill points to spend, locating all the traits, take the height to another level by creating your builds that would impact of their importance in the high level, max level endgame experience. Yes, the builds have various kind of impact in your importance once you become in a certain you rise up in certain in the act. I can't tell you yet at the max level yet because I am not there yet. But for what I can tell you, I'm currently, for example, the Act 7, and I tell you the difficulty level from there has already increased so much that is you can I know in one tap there's nothing new, but it is more likely you get one tapped even more frequently. And even so, you learn all these sort of encounters, endeavors with the time, and you actually uh, who have to think about how to, like in the Dark Souls, you need to how to approach more careful, uh, you know, what attacks you want to spread on, what skills, and then how you want to basically plan way a little bit more careful from that point on, and then once you reach the end game, max level, this is where it gets even the so-called starting position or point where the difficulty and survival and so on just kicks even more harder, right? That's that. For my experience, for my from my experience for now, I've created for a numerous another character for this league Tower of Ancestors, of which I've been over leveling and spending time to play out the campaign to the end finally. I haven't yet, but I will. But my build currently, I've started out as a you know, I've been allocating my build traits towards like fire lighting. and I'm focusing also to take the ice mastery. So I can always go either completely one of the elements or go full elemental mage or like one of the and basically go in full, right? I try to go like well the Warcraft mage based on like you go fireball with frost knower, con of cold, sort of like ice block, ice shield, a blink, um, meteor strike, um, um, deep freeze, and so on. It's quite interesting build I'm currently on the works, the work in progress, and I think I will make some kind of my builds that have been encountered uh, throughout the gameplay now. At least three different good builds that I have encountered with three different characters at least, and yeah. Moving on to the end game. For this point, I cannot give yet my own experience yet, as I haven't reached yet to the max level. However, from what I can tell, when by seeing what awaits there, there's a vast, complex, big content, gear grinding, allocating your Atlas tree, your end game world perks, and going full action as an extra of your choice, your build, RP fantasy, and more. And as in conclusion, regardless of it being a free-to-play game, action RPG game like Titan Quest, like Diablo, it offers so much more. It is providing for the new, long active players and returners, always with a niche updates features that are satisfying enough to stay throughout the course in the Path of Exile gameplay experience. Yeah, and this is how much what I can tell you for now. And obviously, I will be adding more such more dive in talk about Path of Exile another time. For now, this is gonna be it. And if you like such content, make sure to hit the like button, follow, and tag into your feed for whenever a new content such as these gets published. Check on the social links down below. Otherwise, have a good one and cheers. See you another time. Cheers.